Good morning and welcome to the Frontiers of Knowledge segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We are aware, and especially in the times of pandemic, that awareness becomes more potent, that Medicare, health, these are the issues which confront human beings all the time. And when new developments, innovations take place, they are definitely a matter of deep interest to the people. So here we are. The artificial skin is required, especially for the cases that have received severe burns. And now comes silver hydrogel composite, which is extremely useful for artificial skin. And here is also the association of robotics. In the field of robotics, we have seen that the metals offer advantages like strength, durability, electrical conductivity. Unfortunately, metals are very heavy and rigid, so that makes them undesirable for soft and flexible system, especially for variable components and human-machine interface. Gold is malleable, but still it's rigid when it's not at that temperature where it's malleable. So herein come hydrogels. Hydrogels are lightweight, stretchable, and biocompatible. And they are excellent material for contact lenses and tissue engineering scaffolding. They are, however, poor at conducting electric current. And electric current is a prime requirement for digital circuits and bioelectronic applications. Comes in innovation at Carnegie Mellon University. The university's Department of Soft Machines has developed a unique silver hydrogel composite that has high electrical conductivity, is capable of delivering direct current while maintaining its soft compliance. The team suspended micrometer-sized silver flakes in hydrogel matrix, and after going through partial dehydration, the flakes were found to have percolating network that was electrically conducive, robust for mechanical deformation. They manipulated it further and they found that the flakes can be made to stick together. They can break apart, forming reversible electrical connections. Earlier they had tried this, but they had failed. And now this team working on the hydrogels took this challenge and they developed stretchable, conductible elastometers with liquid metals. For the first time, the liquid metals were used. And the new composite that was prepared has great applications in bioelectronics. And not only that, beyond that. So, for example, they have formulated a sticker for brain. And that sticker for brain has sensors for signal processing, a variable energy generation device. You near the Fitbit is a common thing, the watches that people wear. So here, this is going to make it directly connected with the brains. So silver hydrogel composite, now it can be printed by standard methods. It's similar to the screen printing, and it can be used as artificial skin. So it will have sensors in it, uses artificial skin, and give all the feedback. As a matter of fact, this composite could cover a large area of human body. And it is a second layer of nervous tissues over your skin. So whatever skin does, it will do, and it will do much better. Future applications, they say, can include treating muscle disorders and motor disabilities. Say, for example, my shoulder has a problem. So I have a skin on that. And that by itself, because there are sensors, would enable it to move properly. Especially people who are suffering from Parkinson's, tremors, and they cannot grasp anything in their fingers. This will help them do great. This is a real boon for the people, for the burnout cases, for Parkinson's, for palsy, Bell's palsy, facial paralysis, and so on. But if you are wondering at this, hey, stop here. There are still further new developments which are equally great. For example, tumors. Now they have developed a new biodegradable nanoprobe which can precisely hit on the tumor by pinpointing it and lightening it, brightening it. Cancer diagnosis is the biggest problem because the tumors are there. So nowadays what the doctor uses it is by MRIs and X-rays and things like that. But here they have developed a tiny optical probe, nanoprobe, and that is used. It's attached to the tumor and the tumor lights up. Now, when it's attached to the living healthy cells, it doesn't light them up. Those healthy cells remain as they are. So these nanoprobes allow the doctors to detect the location, the size, and the shape of the tumor. Most nanoprobes absorb the light of a specific color, like blue, and these emit back lights of a different color, like green. But the tissues of the human body can emit light as well. So distinguishing the probe light from the background light can be tough. And here comes the research. Imperial College London, they have developed a new probe which emits light with a new type of glowing, and they call it second harmonic generation. Now here, as I said, it emits the earlier probe used to take the blue light and emit it like green. So there was always a confusion. But here it has a different sort of a glowing, distinct, clear, and there's no ambiguity. Now, after testing the nanoprobe, they tested it in zebrafish. The researchers found that these probes could modify according to the specific needs of each individual. So they highlight tumors more brightly. They highlight it for a much longer period, and they can be manipulated to the required specific needs. So these are something great. And they can be spotted and distinguished by the tissues, which themselves emit light. And not only that, they attach themselves to the tumor cells and not to the healthy cells. So once the probe is inside the body, it will go and search the tumorous cell attached to it. And then by the time, till the doctor comes and destroys the cell, the probe would continue to be there. So this is quite an atmosphere. Now it's biocompatible with the human body, and it's biodegradable. And they're made of what? Do you know peptides? The peptides are the same proteins which are found in the body. So after the tumor has been destroyed, the probe would become a part of the body. It is, as I said, biocompatible. So you don't have to again have a surgery to remove that probe. And the beauty is they're absorbed in the body within a period of 48 hours. So there's no health risk at all. And not only that, the biggest thing is that these probes, apart from biodegradable and biocompatible, are able to differentiate between the healthy cells and non-healthy. Now, what's happening is when you have radium treatment, when you have the present X-ray treatment, radiation, even the healthy cells are destroyed. But with these nanoprobes, healthy cells will not be destroyed. And that is the benefit because you are saving the healthy cells. And we were talking of the hydrogels. And the hydrogels, we said, make contact lenses. And contact lenses till now, we know, has been used for the eyesight only. But they're great. Now the contact cells, lenses, can be used for hundreds of other applications. And in some cases, which are already commercially available products, they are simply awe-inspiring. What they are making is, at the Center of Ocular Research, that these contact lenses would be further miniaturized and power transfer, which has never been done before. And we are going to see a new science possibly, and I can visualize a new discipline coming up. So they are now anticipated to make an impact. And the biomarket as a tear film, they can detect, monitor all diseases of the eye, ocular diseases, whether it's glaucoma, whether it's age, macular degeneration. And not only that, these would, because the eyes are affected by other diseases like diabetes, cancer, dry eye disease. So you put a contact lens in, and the contact lens will have a sensor which will give the information to the doctor about the exact problem, no further test. And not only that, it will identify the source of the problem, identify the intensity of the problem. So the doctor, it will be more of a biological diagnostic test. So they'll not only detect this, but they'll also monitor it. There'll be integrated circuit, and that will give rise to in-lens pressure monitoring, especially from retina and glaucoma. And not only that, it will also give information about hypertension, stroke, diabetes. So not information what is happening, but will forecast that this is likely to happen. The tendency of the body is changing to be more receptive to these diseases. And the ocular diseases treatment and management would also benefit. For example, the same lenses would help the flow of the oxygen species, thereby offering alternative dry eyes treatment. Liquid crystal cells could replicate the functionality of the pupil. Then not only it will also deliver drugs to the eyes. There'll be more accurate dosing than the traditional eye drops. So automatically everything would be done by the contact lens that you have put on the pupil. Now, this is something I couldn't believe it when I read it. But they say the taste of the pudding lies in the eating. And after reading it and seeing that they have been tested, it feels as if it is one lens that can identify the diseases not only of the eye but other parts as well, treat them, and monitor their statement. These smart lenses have become associated with eye head on, and according to the scientists, their manifestation, their enhancement is going to be much beyond optometry, the science of eyesight. They are going to be myopic control lenses, which are already showing, but there'll be excess growth. No, you see what happens is you have the glasses. When you grow up, the glasses number change. Here, these contact lenses, say a child is into myopia, and as a child grows up, its power, its strength will automatically adjust according to the need. Looks like an Arabian tale, but as it is, it's a great innovation. And now, before we close this, the last one, stem cells, bone detecting and bone healing stem cells. Nanotechnology has been used. University of Southampton in England. There'll be new way and new material using nanomaterials to identify and enrich skeletal stem cells. And you must be thinking, what is this skeletal stem cell and what's the benefit? It will eventually lead to a new treatment for major bone manufacturers and repair of lost and damaged bones. You know, the ladies have porous bones, osteoporosis, hip fractures are there, knees need to be replacement. So this new nanotechnology will identify the stem cells in the bone, manipulate them, ensure healing and repair of the porous bones. And when the accidents take place, fractures take place, they'll enable increasing the healing process, the bone setting process, reduce time. Now, what these nanoparticles will seek out human bone stem cells. They create them and they'll have a fluorescent glow. So you'll be able, the doctor will be able to identify which is nano stem cell and which is the original stem cells. And then they will isolate them or enrich them as a need may be. And according to the researchers, this process is much simpler, much quicker, and it is 500 times more effective and at enriching the skeletal stem cells, which will heal the bones. As a matter of fact, they say, and as I read it in ACS Nano, this new discovery invention is going to be an invention of the era, basically, as far as the bone healing stem cells are concerned, and it's going to be extremely useful for the old people who are prone to the accidents, falling, and things like that. So these are the new developments in Medicare. Miraculous and pleasantly shocking, but at the same time, quite exciting. Don't you think so? Bye. See you next week.